Streamlabs is still running.
Task manager.
Yeah. Okay, cool. It's gone.
What about Task Manager?
I turned off Streamlabs, but the yellow box was still around my browser, and I was like, stop.
Stop. Drop.
All right, so you got
Whoa.
reshare on Facebook. I think this Twitch stream itself, nope, it's offline. Okay.
Okay, but it should be back.
We gonna find out.
Just give it a second. It's got to go for the inner tubes a little bit. It's got to wiggle around.
Oh, wiggly round. I was thinking about trying to write like intro music for Nerd Union, and it was gonna be all like, "Whoa, we are live!" Hey,
I told you. I done told you.
I was thinking
we
about
were
trying
gonna
I was thinking about trying to write music for this, and I was like, I'm gonna write something that sounds like American patriotic. I was like, no, I'm gonna write some soul music.
Yeah. Every time I think about like a theme song, like it's like I'm like it's either like funk or soul.
It needs to be like funk soul with like Sonic the Hedgehog beats in it.
Have you heard 24 Karat? What is it?
Don't say 24 Karat Magic.
No, it's what is it? 24 Chemical. What is it called? I gotta look it up. It's a mashup between Chemical Plant Zone from Sonic 2 and 24 Karat Magic. And
Oh my gosh!
It slaps so hard.
I need that in my life.
Hold up, I'm about to hook you up. I listen to this John probably like twice a week.
Right now, my like nerd music is basically consistent of all the theme songs from My Hero Academia. So.
Here we go. It's 16-bit.
They all slap.
That's the name.
16-bit magic. I'm gonna check that out.
It's in the I posted it in the Google chat.
I got you.
Yeah. There's two speeds. If you listen to it at normal speed, that's the Bruno Mars speed. You can kick it up to 1.25. That's the Sonic speed. Pro tip.
Nice.
All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for all bearing with us. Just needed to reset the internet. Said we can have a solid show. So I want my roommate to be able to have the internet. So I was like, I had it for some reason on the wired connection, and the wireless was acting weird. So, all right. Everybody's doing good tonight. Let's go around the horn, checking Facebook.
Yeah.
Let's see anyone there yet. We got some viewers on Twitch.
It's probably me.
No, there's other people. I don't think it's just y'all. So, yeah.
I need to share this on Facebook.
So, we're getting better at this. I swear. All right.
Share to news.
On this week's episode of the State of the Nerd Union. Gosh, I missed the way Gosh. For some reason I said, that made me think of Zach and, they're both named Zach. I was trying to say the word Kyle, but Kyle's not the word I wanted. I wanted the word Zach. Sorry, Zach, not Zach Brass. I was trying to think about, Zach Nichols, Wild Turkey.
Nips.
Yeah. Finally got to catch up with him a little bit this week, but yeah, his intro. You know what? If you do remix a song, I need you to grab a soundbite from Nips. I need you to grab the Wild Turkey's voice and mix that into the into the Nerd Union song.
I probably can make that happen. I haven't talked to him nearly as much as I should have, but yeah.
Yeah, and if I ever do this Dawn of the Nerds thing sometime, when we're able to go full time, I'm definitely going to. I want some like soul and funk music playing for that. It'd be great.
Yes.
Yeah. Just put get the bass riff from the Seinfeld theme and just loop it over and over.
Boom, boom, boom.
We should just be like the black lead nerd side because it's not really a thing anywhere. Just take that spot.
I mean, someone's got that. Someone's got to. I would like to be one of the most popular ones, but I'm saying someone's got to be. There's got to be a black nerd site.
Yeah, it's us.
Yeah, we're the Broly of the black nerd site.
We're the Wait. Are we talking Dragon Ball Super Broly, or are we talking about like OG Broly?
The good one.
The good one. Well played. Well played.
I was about to say, I'm like, all right. Yeah, just be on the lookout for Super Blurred Brothers at some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Embrace it.
No, I mean, I think it's a great title. I think you were saying Blurred Brothers, but
yeah.
Oh, you know what? You ought to make a. Did y'all watch Super Mario Brothers Z?
Yes.
I don't think I saw that.
Okay, so it's this Sonic Mario smash up that like had 30 episodes of this fan made 16-bit show, and it's Mario and Sonic teamed up to fight against Mecha Sonic. And I mean, it's great. Like if you love DBZ and you watch it, you'll be like, oh my gosh! It was before DBZ Abridged was a thing and was awesome. Mm-hmm. This was filling that niche. And I just found out that they are going to continue the project, but first they're going to remaster the original episodes, kind of bring them up to like HD standard and stuff like that. So the first one of that went out, and I'm like, oh, it's great. So it looks really good. I hope they're able to keep it, keep the project going. And the biggest thing was that Earthworm Jim, the guy who makes it, that was his handle. But the guy that makes it, it was one dude. He's like, I just can't
keep up with it.
Yeah. So now he's got a team like Patreon supporters and things helping him, which is like, because you got to remember when he started this, that wasn't a thing.
That was before the age of Patreon and subscribers and all that. Like it was just there.
So like, you did
it for the likes.
Your payment was exposure.
Oh God, that word. Okay. Yeah. All right, Taryn, can you still not hear me, or am I? All right, maybe I might have had my volume down when we started the chat. I think I got us all going once the internet came back up. Says my levels are good. All right, yeah. Thank you everybody for tuning in. It's news time. So we're going to go through our quick hits. This is not the main topic of tonight. The main topic tonight, we're going to get a little bit into the PlayStation 5 user experience. Just talk about what we see on the menus and stuff. We have some pretty videos for you to watch. And I'm probably going to tear Facebook a new one, which I don't think is surprising to anyone that's seen my wall or watched.
Twist.
Yeah, plot twist. Watched the Commander Shift show or this show. Like, I'm not afraid to do that. Because as excited as I recorded some Oculus video, I did my unboxing, so I'll hopefully post that up soon. I still played only a little bit, so because you might notice the background's different. Well, maybe we'll get to that at the end of the show. But I've had no time to play my Oculus, and now all this crap came out over the weekend that we'll get into. So yeah, our two main topics for the show are gonna be that. But let's get into the quick hits and. Actually, I get to start off hammering a corporation. Yes.
America.
Oh. Yes.
We love it.
It's been nearly a month since the popular basketball title NBA 2K21 dropped. So this is about September 6th. Reviews came out. Positive. Good game. Mamba edition. Cool. But if you've been playing this week, you might have noticed there's some unskippable ads. Oh, man, you think we would have learned to not do that. Even EA tried that. And there was a lot of backlash.
Yes.
But those Benjamins, man. Like, come on. No, but really, though, I bet it's like half, we didn't get our money off the actual NBA this year, so we'll just do it in the game. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I can definitely see that being something that the NBA is like, put this in the game. These stupid kids are not going to know, put it in the game. And then, everybody is like, oh my God, I hate this. I'm never buying another one again.
Yeah. And like, ads in games have been there since the very beginning, whether it had been, like, in the actual game or in the labeling of the game. Like, so that's not the surprising part, but the unskippable piece is where I feel like we're already paying $60 for the game. Now, next gen is going to be... it's debatable which games are going to be 60 or 70, as if because if y'all have been buying your PS or been pre-ordering your PS5 games, you understand the pain I'm talking about. So yeah, why unskippable? What, like, I don't know. You could have had billboards in the background. No one would have said anything, or videos that are like, I mean, we get ads on Xbox, on my Xbox Live UI, and I don't say anything about it because I don't have to engage with it. Like, it's annoying, but it's like a little block that I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's like every time you turn on your Nintendo Switch, there's a little block of ads on the side, but we don't have to look at it. Anytime you play a JRPG game that visits the Akihabara district, like, you're going to see ads for other JRPGs in there. And you know what? It's not obnoxious because they're just there. Like, but it works.
You're playing Phantasy Star, it's like you'll see ads for Phantasy Star in the game that you're already playing.
It's like, we need to make sure that you come back. So
yeah.
But that's efficient ads.
You already playing it, man.
You want to play this game? With the Inception?
Oh yeah, the original Phantasy Star had like those kind of like scrolling text banners and stuff. Oh man.
Yeah, so some ads in games aren't, inherently like new or like even straight up bad, but it's like, giving people or taking away the option to skip them or ignore them or to choose not to engage with them in some way. I mean, even YouTube, it's it gives you, it's for on a 2-minute ad or a 4-minute ad, they'll give you like, oh, just sit through 5 seconds, and then it's gone. You can hit the button and it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At most 15 is an skippable ad. At most 15, but like, come on. In a game that you already pay for, YouTube is a service. Like they're, you're if you're on the platform, it's like they're mining your data and they're selling that to make money.
Yeah.
But if you already pay $7 for a game, it's like, come on.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like in 2020, we're all watching TV. Like, you don't need to throw extra ads out. We ain't going nowhere.
Maybe that's why they did it, because they know we can't go anywhere. They're like, gotcha.
It tracks.
Like, what's he gonna do? Turn the game off? Nah.
They need
Got him.
We know you ain't getting real life 2K or 21, so
It's like, watch this ad for chainsaws. Sit right there.
It's just weird because, and these are literally the only games that can really pull that off. Like it's not saying you can't do it in other games, but it's like sports games are prime things for that. Hold up, we just got a what up, Matthew Howe? Hey, thank you for liking the stream.
Hey.
All right,
What's up, man?
What up?
Welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party. Yeah, sports games are really the only place you can get away with this, with the exception of maybe like the billboard thing that you see in the background of a game, like on just pick Spider-Man. Yeah, pick any cityscape game, anything like Watch Dogs, anything that's got something like that, you can pull it off. But not the unskippable part. Like it's a bridge too far.
Yeah. I mean, you could even just throw ads like on little side banners, like on in the game itself when you're playing, like a real basketball game.
All right, thank you for liking the stream. We see you out there.
We appreciate y'all.
I did not want to butcher your name on live, so I apologize. And it also goes so quick. I have like 5 seconds? 5 seconds to grab it real quick and then like spit it back out. I'm gonna work on that though. That'd be cool. If I can bust out multiple, I'm snapping a lot. If I can bust out a bunch of pronunciations, I would love to be able to do that. All right. Did you know Sonic is the highest grossing superhero film this year?
Is that a superhero movie?
Is it a superhero movie?
Precisely. I don't know why they said this.
Yeah, that doesn't feel true. I would say it's like the highest grossing video game movie of the year.
Yeah.
So yes, it is the highest grossing video game movie of the year, but people have also been trying to peg it in the superhero category, and I don't know if people notice, powers are not the only thing that you have to have like an origin story, and like usually have been it doesn't have to be human, but typically have had no powers, have gained the powers, and some like go for some kind of transformative process in that. So
Sonic was just always Sonic.
Yeah, this isn't a woke up and want to go fast kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to think of like another movie that would qualify for superhero movies this year. And I can't think of anything.
I mean, because Birds of Prey at least is in the universe, but I don't know if it. Gosh, has that been the only? Because everything else got pushed back. Black Widow got pushed back. Wonder Woman got pushed back. Eternals got pushed back. I might be forgetting something else here too. Okay.
Yeah, I guess now that I think about it, like all my like superhero content that I've been watching has either been a TV show or a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're calling BS on this topic.
Yeah, Sonic's not a superhero. Sonic's great, but it's not a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's well said. Well said.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy. I saw it and I'm like, what?
What the? Hold on.
So I wouldn't be surprised. Me and Tom will probably bring that up on Wednesday as well. All right. So the new, you know what? And the new 13 game. That's what it's called. That is what it's called. I do remember as a kid always being like, "What should I call this? What should I call this game?" It's 13. It's like don't let the X's and it's like don't let the Roman numerals screw you up, Kenneth. But yeah, we got we're gonna show a little bit of it while we're talking. No, not the PS5 user experience. The 13 remake. Not yet. So if you like the original 13, which was a group of assassins, if I remember right, the title character was like taking out a group of assassins. Which
13,
why is it that cell shaded games like that's like a common trope? No more heroes.
You can choose how you want to deal with it.
Gosh. The reason I said that is because there's another game
You begin
with this
with your
I think
fists
of it.
and a
Now it's gone.
9mm pistol.
Boom. Maybe I'm thinking TV with Archer or something like that.
A little
I
can
think
go.
it's just been your experience with
long
shell-shaded
way.
games.
Then there's the
I
classic,
think it was Ultimate Spider-Man.
the 44
Yeah.
Magnum.
It was also cell-shaded.
The name alone demands.
No, I'm not trying to say that all cell-shaded games are. To be clear, that's not what I meant.
With the
I just meant,
M16, you
but
can
like there was
pick
just
up
like
the tempo.
there's another game I'm forgetting.
Oh, the new one's coming out for
It's no
PS5 where it's like
joking
the
around
time warp
with this
thing.
weapon.
Yes,
Oh, what is the name of that game? I can't remember now. I want to get it though. It looks really
The
fun.
double barrel hunting
but it's just interesting.
shotgun,
Like they,
Time
oh,
warp.
there you go.
the perfect companion.
And it's almost
for
like they
a
have the
stroll
same
in the
idea
woods.
every time they want to do a
The bazooka.
do a cell-shaded like first-person shooter. That's all.
You won't
That's what it
forget
all
this
is.
one.
Cool. But I did really like
like
this game
your
back in the
memory.
day. It was kind of really cool show off
Sure,
of the
direct
weapons
approach is a
and
lot of
then
fun. Variety is the
knife
spice
wielding.
of life.
I don't know whether you're able to run faster in it if you have the knife. Oh, a la Counter Strike.
Making
But
no sound is the best way to be heard.
That would be great, actually.
The
yeah, that would
combat
be pretty
knife,
cool.
always handy to slice
It looks
ham
really
or
good.
An enemy.
Like it, I mean, it's
the
just
hunter inside
like
you,
the cell shaded
the crossbow.
combination. Like it looks
What a
really good.
delight.
I just wasn't even on my radar, and
For
then
those who like
saw
to
the
fish
trailer
in troubled
today. Started
waters,
popping
the
up
harpoon
news
is for
feed.
you.
I was like, I actually
You
might
will
be
see.
down with that.
To try it is to love it.
And he just takes someone down with a harpoon. That
And
was
to be
awesome.
stealthy, you will
Yeah,
also
I'm like
need to
watching
be
this trailer because I haven't seen this
inventive.
before. I was like, oh, what is this? This looks great, actually.
Impenetrable, did you say?
Is that a
The
champagne
grappling
bottle?
hook? I don't think so.
They're just kind of showing off all the different ways you can kind of play
A
it.
defiant door?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better to pick the
I like
lock
that kind
than
of
kick it
cuteness of
down.
it. Like, we haven't really gotten a game that does a lot of like unique
Plots.
assassin
Thanks to the
tropes, if you
spy
will.
microphone, nothing will escape you.
Been a while,
They've
anyways.
spotted us. My team's standing by to intercept.
We did get at least more Hitman stuff recently. I haven't really played that though.
In 13,
Hitman
you
series
are
is
a
very
hunted
good.
man. Good luck
of course.
to your enemies.
All right, this needs to be a future show topic. And shout out to Scott the Waz and his game collecting channel. But he has a similar frustration with naming conventions for video games. Like, so whenever they reboot, but then they'll like just say the same name of the game again. So like,
But just HD.
well, no, not even. Well, that's also that's also another wrinkle in it. But it's like Mortal Kombat. Okay, but why did you wait? So you did Mortal Kombat, but then there's also Mortal Kombat X and then Mortal Kombat XL. Like what?
Wait, but the X in Mortal Kombat's not. That's pretend. That's not because it's big.
I know.
So it's Mortal Kombat 40?
Apparently,
It doesn't make any sense.
we get
It
Mortal
doesn't make
Kombat medium, Mortal Kombat small,
Medium.
Mortal Kombat
Mortal
extra
Kombat-
medium.
Medium Mortal Kombat Jumbo.
You know, I'd even respect them just putting a year in the title, but we end up doing that by default because we don't have no idea what they're talking about. So it has to be like, oh yeah, this is the Mortal Kombat from like 2013, like instead of like looking up the SNES Sega Genesis one. But
Yeah, or at least like put like the suffix after it. So it's like you have like Mortal Kombat, like Armageddon. What were the other ones?
Yeah.
Deception.
Deadly Alliance. Shaolin Monks.
Shaolin Monks is one of the best like couch co-op fighting game experiences like ever. Like I've never had more fun playing a couch co-op game. That's like up and down Mortal Kombat theme. Like, Mortal Kombat games are known for kind of having like bonkers modes. Like there's like the chess mode, there's like the racing mode, there's the regular story mode, not so bonkers. But like Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, like if ever there was a Mortal Kombat game that needs a remake, it's absolutely that. That and Sub-Zero Mythologies.
Ooh.
Keep all the old live action cutscenes in there.
Oh my gosh! Please do that. It'd be hilarious.
Those are great.
Jerry, if we can figure out a way to do it, I would be down for Shaolin Monks on the couch co-op episodes.
I have to figure out if I can make that work. I need to find a copy of it first.
Oh, I got.
Yeah, you can hit it with Parsec. If you do it on PC and you emulate it, you can do it on Parsec.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
I suppose if I have to play my PlayStation game on the PC, I guess I could do that.
I don't want to use my PlayStation.
I'm kidding.
The heresy.
Yeah.
Hook up a Wiimote.
Oh no.
That's the main reason we're probably not getting Skyward Sword to Switch anytime soon. Because
no, I don't know if that's the case. It might happen eventually, but we'll see.
They'll have to figure it out. All right.
Yeah, they'll have to figure it out, but it might work.
Before we go into the next topic, which is gonna, I guess, not throw Bethesda down the bus or under the bus, but all right, Matthew Howell, James Bond movie, if that counts as a superhero. I mean, you could.
I'd say Black Widow's a superhero. James Bond's a superhero.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good logic.
No. All right, yeah, I'm fine with that. By that logic, that tracks. I think I always put it more in the spy, just like strictly the spy thriller category. But then it's like, yeah, but if you got Hawkeye like throwing, shooting arrows and stuff, like, Age of Ultron might have his issues, but I love that he made a joke about himself. He's like, no, he's like, you can do weird things with your hands. I have a bow and arrow. Like, none of this makes sense.
It doesn't make any sense, but we're gonna do it anyways.
Roll with it. All right. So we talked about the Bethesda ZeniMax being purchased by Microsoft, which was like the big boom. They're getting these games on Xbox. And the question has been, is there going to be cross-platform? Like, so once they start pumping out new games that haven't already been committed to PS5, are they going to be like, or is it going to be Xbox only? And we got our first hint at that from Phil Spencer, Xbox head, saying that the future games don't need to be on PS5. Like, if that's not the most subtle or not subtle.
So to contextualize this, what he specifically was asked about was whether or not they could recoup their money from buying Bethesda by not releasing on PS5, and he just said, yeah, just very casually, which it's not looking good for PlayStation on that front. It's like that's him looking at it being like, we don't need you, Sony.
That's pretty whack. I mean, to their point, I mean, they have the benefit of, they have the PC gaming community. Like, if you have them, it's like you got that's a huge chunk of the market. You can just be like, nah, if you got a PS5, sucks to suck, my dude. You're gonna be out here playing the Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 77.
Fallout 77.
Plus,
I'll
go ahead, Jerry.
All right. Plus, Xbox and Nintendo have a really good working relationship between having crossover things, sharing content. We see that from Ori being on there now. We see Steve's in Minecraft, or Steve is in Smash Brothers now. We've got a good level of cooperation between them. So they very well could just be like, we're going to release Bethesda games on Xbox and we're going to release stuff on the Switch. And forget you, Sony. We don't need you with your stupid Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I mean, they could like bargain with it and be like, "All right, we want Spider-Man if you want Bethesda games."
Just treat it like schoolyard games. Like, yo, I'll get you Spider-Man. You give me Fallout 77. Yeah, like, nobody want Fallout 77. I want Elder Scrolls 6. It's like, all right, fine.
Yeah, exactly, just like that.
All right. And the other thing too is like the PC advantage there is that they got Xbox Game Pass is not Xbox exclusive. It's so I think that's the thinking there is that we don't need to capture the PS5 owners. If they decide they really want this catalog of games, then we can get them if they are a PS5 and a computer owner, we can get them on the other end. It's like so
Yep. That's a good point.
As much as
doesn't have a computer.
Sure. Now I don't game on mine a ton except for VR, but as far I know, everyone. Yeah, I see your faces. I feel your condemnation.
Yep, you feel the judgment over the internet.
Yeah, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I don't game on mine much either, except to play like Fable and Destiny and League of Legends.
Fable 1.
Yes, Fable Uno.
That's the good one.
Yeah, I like the second one too, but the first one is just.
Yeah, the second one was good. The second one I felt like was better. The third one was just like, yo, how can we take everything that people hate about this game and just make it into a whole game? It's like this, like Fable 2 is so much fun, but like there's some parts that aren't fun. Let's take the parts that aren't fun and then make that into Fable 3.
Yeah, Fable 3. Although I did like them talking about the darkness stuff, but like they didn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
They just creeped you out for a whole like 2 hours with it and then left it.
It's just a very pretty game. I remember getting into it and being like, "Oh man, I'm distracted. Wait, this isn't good. This is."
And then I'm gonna kill your Obi-Wan Kenobi for the heck of it.
So going back to Game Pass, this is exciting for me for at least one of the games in this grouping. So. If you love LucasArts games, there's free classics coming. Grim Fandango, Day of the Tabernacle. I was about to say Tabernacle. What? The Bible game snuck in here. Day of the Tentacle and Full Throttle will be released on Xbox Game Pass October 29th. So that's going to be next week. And if you have not played Grim Fandango, I'm going to pull Game Radar's description of it because Dia de Muertes. Remix of Casablanca set in the Land of the Dead. That's close. I mean, you're basically an agent running around in the Land of Dead, or a suave character running around in the Land of Dead. So, but I really love Grim Fandango. And it's been I don't know if I have a copy of it anymore.
So is it like Coco but with James Bond?
You know what? Yeah, that might be a shorter way to say it.
I was gonna say, what do you need to be a suave character in the Land of the Dead for? What are you doing?
Why not?
But
you're gonna be dead. You might as well look good
doing it. He's like.
Is the main protagonist already dead, or is it like
somebody
visiting? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. Like, what you doing visiting the Land of the Dead, being all suave?
Okay, yeah, sorry, I probably should have started with that detail.
You dead? Ain't nobody looking.
Cool. Which then makes you. So I'm going to talk about Star Wars Squadrons later, probably in like the end of the show. But gosh, I've been having a lot of fun with that. I can't believe that. I mean, no, based on how short the campaign is, I can believe it's $40. So there's been a push online to just people buy this game and play it in VR because it's Iron Man VR was so disappointing. Like this is the PlayStation VR game. Like this is the one that if it had came out at the start of it, people would have everyone would be owning a PSVR headset. You know.
Oh, I gotcha.
Mm-hmm. All right. This is the first major city that has decided to open back up its theaters. So it's not trying to say your town is not major, but if you live in New York or LA, Chicago, you know it sucks trying to go see anything right now. All right, so you'll probably either be indifferent, outraged, or overjoyed to hear that New York's theaters are opening back up at 25% capacity. It was just allowed by the governor this week. And it's a little, I mean, sure. So they can go watch Tenet. And
No,
then
that's probably not how it's going. Like, they're probably playing other movies too, though.
that's true. They are playing other movies. But
Is there anything else that anybody wants to see, though? Okay.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back.
Jerry.
Are they bringing that back?
Okay, so in Memphis, where I live, our theaters have been open, or they've been recently reopening, and one of the things they've been doing is showing just a bunch of like old classic movies. So like the drive-through in a couple theaters have like Rocky Horror Picture Show going right now.
Because it's that
Star
time.
Wars Empire, yes. Star Wars Empire Strikes Back is in, Tenet's playing, and there's a couple other movies that we're playing, but they basically are doing things where like they're either opening a small capacity or you like rent the theater out for X block of time for like $100 or something like that.
Yes, The Empire Strikes Back, the classic Halloween movie.
Hey. Yeah.
I mean, you find out that your dad is a monster. If that's not scary, like, I don't know what else is.
You know, I'm sure we can make a super cut. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you also find out that, like, you know, the dude who told you, like, oh, he's like, hey, what happened to my dad? And he's like, you said that you knew him. He's like, nothing. He dead. Yep, he dead.
Him dead.
And then you
Did I tell you?
Oh, I bet you he didn't tell you he cut off 3 of my limbs. Nah, he left that part
Oh, he said
out.
I was dead. Okay.
I see how it is.
What had happened was.
What had happened was. No, I was gonna say, and then AMC's got that one deal where you can buy out a theater with a couple of your friends and watch along. Yeah, I mean, so this is a good development. I guess I'd just be worried about the numbers that are ticking back up right now as far as like cases and stuff like that. And I'm like, would New York and the bigger cities been open when Tenet released have been a big deal? Yes, I think it would help get more people in there. But I think me and Tom have talked about that. Like, I just don't. That movie was not going to save cinema, and with Regal closed, I would be surprised if AMC stays open till the end of the year. If so many things leaving, like I don't. So, yeah, congrats to New York.
In order to preserve theaters, I'm fine with them. Just like we're gonna go into hibernation and just chill out. Like I'd much rather have theaters for the rest of my life than them try to struggle and make it through 2020 and then disappear forever.
Yeah, because that's what's on the table. That is legit, and it's not that's not hyperbole. I'm not trying to fearmonger when I say that. Like that's a very real possibility.
Yeah, so. It's like when you figure like most small businesses are like 1 or 2 bad months away from being shut down forever. A big business, you assume like, oh, you might have a bad town or something happens or there's a major tragedy or an accident like a hurricane or whatever, and one branch suffers. But like, when every branch you have is closed, then that puts you in the same bucket but just in a bigger time range.
Yeah.
So it is absolutely not hyperbole, just like you said.
Yeah, very well could be like the end of cinema as we know it. And in some ways, it already has been the end of it as we know it. The things are probably going to be different when they come back, if they come back.
Yeah.
If they come back. Dun,
I
dun,
I think theaters and cinema are going to go. We'll suffer the same fate that brick and mortar comic shops are suffering, because it's like folks like you can't safely go buy comics, and similarly you can't safely go to the movie theaters. And like unfortunately for the comic shops, it's like those places are all almost everywhere you go, locally owned in small places. Like very rarely do you ever see like a chain of comic book stores.
Right.
It's just not profitable now. And so, all these, movie producers are releasing stuff that go like straight to some sort of streaming service or whatever, where they have you pay just spend $17 for it online. And the comic distributors are doing the same thing. So,
yeah, it does seem like revenue sharing from the online sales is like, as far as like the end of this year and going into next year, it's like being more and more favorable. So like we talked last week that Soul, the new Disney animated movie, is going to be going to Disney Plus, but apparently there may be a revenue sharing thing with that. So if people want to buy it VOD to support a specific chain, they may be able to do that. But which is a nice concession because again, that was supposed to be a theater release, and that'd be a thing that would really help them out. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know if you noticed, but the Nerd Union crew loves Among Us, just like many of our friends, and it's a little too early to be thinking about a sequel. There was a sequel planned, and it's currently canceled. But before you get upset, this is good news because developer Innersloth wants to devote more time and resources to the current game. So anything that you've had a gripe or complain about, they've heard you, and this is so they're pausing any kind of like sequel development, and they're like, we're gonna make sure that we can help clean and fine tune some other things inside the first game.
Yeah, that's good to hear because, first of all, this isn't a new game, and I don't necessarily think people realize that. Like, this game is 2 years old. So the fact that all of a sudden it's risen in popularity to the point where they can put more resources into it is a really good thing for them. It will be better for the sequel if that ever happens. But right now, just know that keep playing Among Us. There's going to be fresh stuff coming to the game, which I can't imagine what that would be like.
If you're on Steam, I don't know if you can do this if you're playing for free on the phone, but you can change your configuration to download like the beta mode or whatever. Some of the stuff that they're working on is, I think it's anonymous voting is one thing.
Okay.
And there's like one other feature. The stuff that they're adding for me as a player, I don't really care about. Like it was like I read like what the stuff that was coming down the pipe in like the near future was, and I remember not particularly caring about any of it. To me, like the core gameplay loop of Among Us by itself as it is still so much fun that like I don't need anything else. Like what could you like? It's just like, oh, we're gonna add the ability to jump. Like, all right, cool. Like I don't need that.
Do we get like aerial murder animations now?
I mean that'd be sick. Like, oh yeah, you can jump on top of a vent. And like your character, that's it. Your character can jump. It's like when you play a game and like you have the ability to jump in it, and like there's never anything to jump on, but your character can still jump. Like,
yeah.
I mean, but for me, it's like the stuff that they're adding. I mean, it'll probably change the meta a little bit because everybody has their own, elaborate meta of like, oh, here's what you do when this happens, etc., etc. But for me, it's like I don't really care. Like, I just love the game. I love the experience of playing the game, and I love, stomping with my friends and killing them mercilessly whenever I'm in the process. And then blaming somebody else. Or messing up and lying, and everybody immediately knows that it's me.
The imposter's pretty good. Thank you. Oh.
Wow, that was a really good kill, man. It's like, thank you. Oh, wait.
Shoot.
Go. Yeah, and the when you talk about it being out, having been out for, was it 2018, I believe?
Yes, but then I think about the fact that this is a game format that's existed for years and years, just in other formats.
But I think about so canceling the sequel, but I think in a lot of it just deals with that popularity of when it wasn't that popular. Maybe the idea of the sequel was we're gonna, instead of trying to develop for this, we're gonna put all those ideas into the sequel and move forward with that, and we'll just drop this as a game. And then when the popularity spike happened, they're like, oh, well, now we don't have to do that. This is quite fortuitous.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that the game format's been around for a long time, and like everybody cool. This has played like Mafia or Werewolf or Saboteur or some form of a deception game before. But like, I feel like part of the popularity does probably have a little bit to do with the fact that everybody's trapped inside probably 20 hours a day most of the time. And the accessibility of which I feel like was just a genius move on their part to put it on mobile, because like playing Smash Brothers, like 8-player Smash Brothers undocked on the Switch, you can absolutely do it. It's the worst way to play, but you can do it. So you can play Among Us for free on your phone. It's the worst way to play, but you can do it, and it's still fun and engaging. But like eventually, you get tired of fat fingering something, and you jump into a vent or something, or kill somebody when you didn't mean to, and you're like, all right, it's $5. I'm gonna buy the game, And then you get folks who would probably never ever buy the game to spend $5 on it.
Yeah.
For folks who are in the meta for those like time energy based games that you used to see on Facebook years ago where you
gosh.
Pet store. Like the magic formula is to get you to spend $5.
Yeah.
Like that's all it takes. And if they can get you to do that, like, in Among Us's case, you can only do it one time and then you own the whole game. But like,
Right.
that like for EA and other big companies, like their whole jive is like, how can we get them to spend like just $5? Just buy one loot crate, one time. But like theirs was like a brilliant strategy to get more folks to play the game than like would probably ever normally play the game. Because if it was $15, it wouldn't be nearly as popular.
All right.
Nope.
So just like increase your install base overnight with the yeah. Totally agree.
Yeah. I honestly think more video game companies might start going the route of introducing like a mobile version that isn't necessarily as functional, but is a good way to get people in on something. Like, so you look at something like Among Us or Genshin Impact, like both of those games have a worse version of them on mobile. But because of that accessibility of it, so many people can play it. And they're like, oh, let me go put this on like my PC or a console real quick because this is way easier to play this on there and it's like way more optimal.
Yep. It's like, and your friends are probably encouraging you. It's like, man, when are you going to stop playing on the phone and hitting all the wrong buttons and blah, blah, blah.
It's like, you messing up. It's like, you messing up.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think the one caveat is that the core mechanic has to be good enough to make you want to jump and play it on your PC, or if it's like on a console, available on a console. Because if the core concept's not good, or maybe this is a better way to say it. If the core concept doesn't translate well onto mobile, that's where it's never going to pick up. You think the same reason why did it take Nintendo so long to put some stuff on mobile? And it's like we don't want to just port our stuff over because that doesn't work. And you can look at a litany of ports to mobile that are trash. That is straight trash. And they literally just tried to port. It's like, well, the Snapdragon processor can run it.
That's not the point.
It's like the perfect like analogy is like, look at the myriad of devices that you can run original Doom on. It's like, yes, you can put Doom on like the refrigerator, like,
I saw that the other day.
However, it's garbage. Stop doing that.
Although this is my plug to tell Nintendo, put Pokemon on cell phones. Let me play OG Red and Blue on my phone.
They did. Oh,
no,
you want?
They didn't.
Isn't Pokemon Go an adequate game, Jerry? Come on.
Pokemon Go is like a different fun experience for when I'm going on like a 3-mile walk and I want to do something stupid like catch some Pokemon. That being said, I want to sit on my couch and play Pokemon Red on my phone while my wife and I watch The Magicians or something, and I will spend $10 to do it.
Okay.
And I know other people who will.
Get your original Game Boy, blow it off, get 6 AA batteries.
You're missing the point.
And you can never keep the battery cover for it. You just like, the tab would. Actually, that's not just that one. It's all the Game Boy tabs.
I
have all mine. What's
the
wrong with
original
you?
stuff.
Get out of here. Y'all lying. It's like trying to finish a chapstick. It can't be done.
It's not real.
It's not real. Until I see it, I don't believe y'all. Y'all making stuff up.
I'm gonna go find that stupid thing.
All right. Before we move to the main topic, let's just check out on the internets. Hello, everyone on Facebook. Yeah, we got folks joining us on there and viewers on the Twitch. So hope you are doing well. And remember, at any time, if you have any questions or want to jab at us, or you're like, so appreciated the James Bond comment. But if y'all want to say anything about what we're talking about, we'll jump into the main topic and then we'll open up for questions or thoughts again here in just a sec. Cool. So next up. We're going to talk some PS5 user experience. So when we say that, we're talking about the UI having just came out. I'm going to let Steve take over.
Hi everyone, I'm
take over
Hideaki
talking on that, but
and I head up PlayStation's
definitely
platform
liked
planning
what
and
I
management
saw.
team,
So,
which includes
yeah,
product
so
and
go ahead.
UX design.
And,
So
Today, we are finally
saw
going
kinda
to
some
give
bits
you a
and
look at the
pieces,
PlayStation
months
5
ago
user
when
experience.
navigating through menus and whatnot.
We will see
But
some of the
recently, I
features
think
that
it
enable games to
was,
work together with the
maybe
hardware
3-4
and
days ago,
network to
earlier this
deliver
week,
a truly
they dropped the first
next-generation
look at, like,
experience.
the PS5
Our vision
user
for a
experience.
PS5 user
They have, like, a
experience
whole
is
lot
simple.
of
We
really
believe
neat
that your
features,
playtime is valuable
that
and should
kind
be
of
meaningful.
address just like some of the
PlayStation
general
team
stuff
members
that we
from
as
all around the
gamers do
world work
while
to
we're
deliver
playing.
a PS5 experience
Like,
that is
most notably,
completely
they have
centered
a
on
lot
you,
of,
the player,
what I
connecting you
basically
with a great
describe as,
play
like,
and a
miniaturized
passionate community of
windows
gamers.
for you to interact
With a look and feel
friends
that's designed
and,
for
like,
4K
other kinds of
TVs,
interactions, like,
the
while you're
PS5
gaming.
user experience
So,
was built from the ground up to take
if you've been playing,
advantage
like,
of the
PS4
console
or you play,
capabilities,
like, Xbox,
complementing the
you know, you're used to
transformative
having some
games
kind of big
coming
pop-up
with this
that
new generation.
that jumps out like so-and-so wants to chat.
I
or
should
so-and-so
note
sent you
that
a
this
message.
video
And you
tour
hit the
is
button,
from a
you navigate
pre-production
away
environment
from the
on the
game
PS5
to
console,
do
so
some
there
other
may
stuff,
be a
and
few
it takes up,
small
like, all
wrinkles
of your
or
screen.
minor changes once
With
the console
with
launches in
PS5,
November.
you
And
know,
now,
they were like, you know
let's
what?
check it out,
Sucks
courtesy
having to
of
stop
our
playing the
own
game to talk to one of your
Sitchuman.
friends about playing the game. So you
Thanks,
there's, like, a
Nishino-san.
little, menu
Welcome
that
to
pops
your
up
new
on the side, and
PlayStation
you can
5
kinda detail
console
the message.
experience. This time,
I
we've started
think
up from rest
based off
mode.
of what they were
We've already
describing,
created an
because I can't
account
remember,
and
but
signed
the
into
PS5, I
PlayStation
think, has a
Network,
native,
so let's log
microphone
in.
built into the controller. So when you want to chat with your friend or whatever, they send you a message or they invite
In this
you to a
case,
party.
I've
You
resumed
don't have to,
right where I left off in
grab a
Sackboy:
headset,
A Big
put it on,
Adventure, and
plug it into
here
your controller,
we're
and then
looking
you're
at
ready to go. You don't
PlayStation
even need to do
5's
that. You can just
Control
speak,
Center.
and the
From
controller
here,
has a
it's one
microphone
click,
there.
and
At
we're
least
right
that's the
back into the
implication
game.
that I
But
got.
let's take a moment and look
We've
around.
already seen some of the fast.
The Control Center is always
live
one tap of the
context
PlayStation
switching
button away.
games.
It provides
Which
immediate
basically
access
allows
to
you to,
almost
like, be
everything you
mid-game.
need from the system without leaving the game.
Basically,
This
it's
includes
kind of
things like
the
seeing
same
who is
functionality that
online,
the Switch
checking the
allows,
status of a
where you
download,
simply
managing
just,
your
like,
controller, power,
pause,
and
you
more.
hit the home button and you jump into a menu and you can go do something else. But in the Switch, you can only context
These
switch
colorful
out of your
characters are
game
called
into the menu.
cards,
But in the
and they let you
PS5,
interact
you
with
can
games
context those out
and the
of
system in a
multiple games
variety
at
of
a time.
ways.
I'm not sure what the
First,
limit of that
as
is.
we've just
I would
resumed,
guess it's
the Control Center
probably
is showing a
around,
special
like,
card that
5
allows me to
or
get
6
up to
or
date
something,
on
depending
recent
on the
stories
size of the
posted by
games
publishers
that
for
you're
games I am
switching around out
following.
of. But they also have like this concept.
Another card here
of,
shows me
I think
recent
they call
media
it,
I've
like,
captured
action
from my
points or,
gameplay
like, plot
using the
points or something
Create
to that
button
effect.
on the DualSense controller.
Wherein it'll
Let's
give
check
you
out
an
one of the most
estimate of how
powerful new
long
features of the
it
PS5
thinks,
console. They're
it'll
actually
take you
just to the
get
right
through
in this
that
row,
game, that
and we
piece of
call
the
them
game. So if
activities.
you're playing, like,
Activities
Ghost
are
of
part of
Tsushima,
the plan to remove
and
barriers to
you're,
gameplay.
doing some
Let's get an
particular
example of
quest
one
line,
way they're
you know,
used in
I gotta
Sackboy:
leave
A
in
Big
45
Adventure.
minutes.
With a tap of the
provided that
PlayStation
Ghost of
button,
Tsushima
I'm
is-
back to
is
playing
like,
the
you
game.
know, forward
Sackboy:
compatible,
A Big
whatever,
Adventure
whatever,
is
whatever.
packed with things to
It'll give you,
discover,
like, an
and
estimate of, like,
each
oh, you're
level
doing
represents
this
one type of
quest line.
activity I
It'll
can
take
play,
you somewhere in the
many
order
of which I can go
30
back to
minutes.
later
So then
to
you
discover
have an
more.
idea of, like, oh, I can start this thing and finish
That's
I
it
tap the
before I leave.
PlayStation button to bring up the Control
Wow.
Center again. I can see
know,
a
like,
number
that-
of available
that to me
activities,
was one of, like,
both
the
active
really
and
good
suggested
things
by
that-
the system.
that was very
Let's take this
valuable, 'cause
first
they made a
one,
point
A
in
Big
the
Adventure,
discussion to
as
say,
an
like, oh, you
example.
know, your time
I
as
can see
gamers
that I
is
haven't
really
quite
valuable.
completed this
And,
level
like,
yet.
we've all
I'm
played
at
a JRPG
33%.
where you're playing and you're playing and you're playing, and you
Here I can
have
see
no
more
idea.
information, including key objectives
and you
I
come
haven't
back
met.
and you have
And I'm seeing
no
a very
idea
important
what's
piece
going
of
on. You don't know the
information
characters, you
here.
don't
It
know
says
the plot,
about
you don't
10
know what you
minutes
were in the
left.
middle of doing,
This is
but you know
Why
PlayStation
am I
5's
fighting
personalized
God?
playtime estimate,
Yeah, like,
giving
you know,
me
it
an
was
idea
really
how long it
important
will
for you to
take
get the
me to
100%
complete this
true ending of the
activity.
game, and now you can't remember. Like,
Some
fortunately,
activities
this-
even let
this
you jump
kinda tool
directly to
will
that
help you know,
place
like,
in the
oh,
game.
okay, if I'm gonna, embark down this mini side quest, it's gonna take me 2 hours to do it. So I'm
But
gonna
there's
make
more
sure
to
that I
see
can
here.
finish it
For
top to
another
bottom,
example,
and, you know,
let's
hit
open
all
that
the T's
activity
and
back up.
Go through the guide and do all that kind of stuff. Speaking of guides, the last thing that I'm gonna mention about it is when you get stuck. You know,
It
most
looks
people
like I
were
missed
used
an
to-
objective to
you're
find
real
the
old.
monk
You used
robes
to jump on the
costume
internet and go to
piece.
game FAQs.
Looks like
and
I need
try
a
to
little
figure out
help.
what's going on.
Some
You know,
in-game
folks who are a little
activities
bit younger
Yeah,
will probably just
offer
go
a
on
official
YouTube and
game
kind of like
help.
punch in like, oh,
Game help is
how do I
included as a
defeat
benefit
small?
for active
And
players.
and you had to
in some
hold
PS5
up.
games.
And
In
there wasn't no
this case,
pictures.
I can open up that
I need people to
objective
understand
and get
if
some
you're
hints without
if you never had to use it. It wasn't no
resorting to a web
pictures.
search.
So yeah, and
Digging
these are
through
user
long videos and
user
articles
generated.
that might
So it
contain
wasn't like it was
some
IGN busting out
This
a
particular
guide on
hint
there
is a
yet like they
video,
do on now.
and I could play
So
it
like
here in the car,
if their
and I could
wording wasn't
expand
quite
it to get a bigger view without
hopeful or
leaving the
didn't
game.
cue the right thing in your
Sometimes
head, you
it's
might
really
still be
useful
stuck in
to
a spot.
see
And
the
like,
hint
what
on
did you
the
mean?
screen while you play.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
like
Cards
That
can be put in a
ASCII
picture
logos
in
up at the
picture
top
mode,
of like,
or
oh,
it's
game
shown
of
here, a
issues,
side-by-side
Pyro
view.
Fox 258, guidebook
If you hint
for,
hard,
whatever,
you can access it
for
via the control
Battletoads.
center at any
But
time.
anyway, so this,
Now
this,
let's go
this
find
guide
those
feature.
rascally
So if
mongrels.
you're stuck in a game, they have, I think it's either developer-led
Thanks,
or
Game Help.
community-led if you're like trying to figure out, you know,
The team
you're,
at
you're looking
PlayStation
for
wanted to make it
all of
really
the flags
easy
or
to
whatever
chat
in
with your
Ghost of
friends on the
Tsushima,
PlayStation
and you just
5
can't
console.
find them, and
So
you know
let's check
one's
out
in
how
a
it
particular
works.
area. You can look
Here,
up hints
I'm opening an
in-game
interactive notification with
video
a tap of the
to,
PlayStation
for the
button.
task that you're
And I've
working
decided to join the voice chat that
and
my friend
and
just
it's
entered.
like some of the ones
Now, my friend could have done this
curated
on the
so that,
PlayStation
like,
app for mobile
rather than
devices,
going
from a
online, you accidentally
PS4,
stumble
or
into
in this
some guy that
case,
has,
from a
like, late game
PS5.
spoilers or
The
big game
DualSense
spoilers or
controller
whatever.
features an
These are
integrated
curated so
microphone
that, like,
too,
they
so I
avoid
can start
spoilers
talking
and
right
just
away.
give you
But I always have the
exactly
ability
what
to hit the
you're
mute
just like a
button on the
little
controller
help you
or in the
with story
menus.
along, so you're not roaming around for 45 minutes looking to get all the flags in Assassin's Creed or Ghost of Tsushima
Parties
or
take
whatever.
on an expanded role with
That's pretty
PS5,
helpful.
and they now
Like,
provide persistent
all that
spaces
stuff
to connect
was-
with
is,
groups that you play with.
For me, like
Here
super
I have a
exciting.
couple of friends chatting away in the
Huh.
party. One of them has started
That's kind of
sharing their
incredible. I've
screen
never
with the
even
group.
like even thought about that being a feature that I wanted, or like even realized something like that was possible. But now I'm just like,
Looks
oh man, I
like
really
they're
hope the
playing
Xbox has this too.
Uncharted:
Like,
The
that'd be
Lost
dope.
Legacy.
Oh.
Yeah.
We can
It's
chat while we
for
play,
PC gamers,
and I can watch his
well,
progress
specifically
as
for
well.
Steam gamers, like we're used to having like the native portal where you just like you just shift tab out and you can bring up like
This
a
is
window
another
or
card
whatever,
that
and you
can be
have
put
the-
in
the
picture-in-picture
community
mode
guides
or
and
pinned to the
screenshots and
side
other
while you
stuff
play. You can
to
access
help
it
you
anytime
along.
via the Control
And-
Center
and
too,
it doesn't
but
disrupt your
let's dismiss
gameplay
it for
because you
now.
don't even have to step out of the game to do it.
Okay, let's
but
review.
with this, it's like, you know,
So
it's
far,
all
we've seen how
windowed.
activities
You can have it
on
playing
PS5
on the side
will
and go
make it
side by
easier and
side with the
faster to
video,
hop
at
back
least that's
into
the way it looks
PS5
in the
games,
demonstration.
and how you can get in-game
We all
help
know
and
how
chat with
that
your
goes.
friends. So that
We'll see
leaves
how it works
online
once we get
multiplayer
there.
gaming.
But,
Let's check it out.
It looks really promising.
I see that some of
from
my
the
friends are
demonstration that
online,
they showed,
so it's time
earlier
to say
this week.
goodbye to Sackboy for
if
now
that's the way
and
it works
spin
when it
up a
comes out,
match
like,
of
I think
Destruction
we're all gonna be very
All-Stars.
Yeah,
One of my
like a
friends
big
in the
one.
party has already started a match.
Now,
and we
for
can
the
join
context
them from
switching,
this
am I
card in
to
Control
understand?
Center.
Is that like quick resume on the Xbox?
I'm not sure exactly how it works on the Xbox.
And there we go. Destruction
but
All-Stars
it's
now
but
quickly starts
it's
thanks to
basically like
PS5's
exactly how it works
ultra-high-speed
on the Switch,
SSD.
where if you're like mid-game or whatever, like, oh, I want to go jump into the store.
Okay, I
and
think
go
we've got
poke
enough
around
people
and
on our
do some
party,
stuff.
so
And then
let's
you
jump
wanna-
in.
Or you put your Switch
We're
to
keeping
sleep,
the focus on
and you
PS5's
fire it
user
back up, and
experience
you're,
today, so
you know,
let's zip ahead so we can
mid-dodge
see more.
roll, fighting some enemy or whatever. It's like basically exactly like that.
Okay.
Or you can context switch and you can
And
go back
just
to
like
one of
that,
those action
we're in.
points. And you
We
can
don't
say,
have
like, oh, I
time
wanna
to
start
play a
the
full
game,
match today, but I do
from,
think we have
you know,
time
this
to take a
particular
quick
quest
photo.
in Ghost of
To do
Tsushima
that,
or
I'll just
whatever.
tap the Create button
And you
on
can
the
have it just
DualSense
jump straight to
controller.
another thing, or you can jump out
PS5
with your
is
friends to,
always
like,
capturing
oh, I
recent
want to play.
gameplay.
Let's play
But when you compose
Battlefront
a
2.
shot,
You can
even using
stop Ghost of
in-game
Tsushima
photo mode,
mid-dodge
you
roll,
can capture a
fire up
high-quality
Battlefront 2, go
screenshot
play
here.
with your
This
your friends or
optimizes
whatever,
capturing
and
the
then, you know,
moment,
you're
letting you
losing because you're
review
bad at the
and
game,
choose
so you
to
like,
share
ah,
later
fuck,
on.
this.
I should mention,
Jump back
screenshots
out
and
and
video
go
can
back
be
in.
captured at up to 4K
Yeah,
on
the,
the PS5 console.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
I guess
so
I'm
far
curious on
we've
the
shown
designation of
off
the
how to
plot
jump
points
into
and
activities,
how that works.
how to chat
but,
with your
yeah,
friends,
it sounds
get into
sounds
groups together to
similar
play,
ish.
capturing gameplay.
I don't know if I'd
My
say
all of
understanding is
that
it's supposed
while
to be
in-game.
developer kind
But
of.
what if I wanna play a
like,
different
triggered?
game?
Like they know kind of what key points there are for quests.
Welcome
quote
to the
unquote. I'll say
PlayStation
quests
5
because not
home
every game is
screen.
like an RPG.
This is where you'll
But,
land when you start up from a
their
power-off
example
state,
was,
and
what
where
is it,
you'll
Little Big
go
Planet
when you
in
want
the
to choose a
video.
new game to play
Right.
or download.
But I'm guessing it's like
The
the
layout of
developers
the
kind of
space
put,
is
like,
designed to
benchmarks
present
of, like,
games
this is
and
the
game
plot point, this is the
content
plot point,
beautifully
or
on a
game
4K
point,
display,
or whatever, and
with
they'll kind
simple
of
and
assign
super fast
estimated
access
play
to
times
what
for
you
how long it
need.
takes people to get
And in
through,
case
so
you're
you have an
wondering,
idea.
media-related apps will have their own space like this one, but today we're focused on gaming.
I didn't
Each
even
game
realize
has its
something
own
that was
hub
possible. But like,
completely integrated, so all you need to do is scroll down to
That's
see
really
activities
helpful.
you can jump right into.
Right? It's
Video
like something
clips,
that you wouldn't, if you didn't even know
stories
that you
about the
wanted.
game,
That's the best kind
DLC.
when somebody, when you are like,
Yeah.
oh, what do you want for your
Compatible
birthday?
PS4
Like,
titles will
I
benefit
don't
from
know.
some of
And then
these
like they
features
get you
too.
something, and like the moment you see it,
Let's
is when you
move
realize
one
you
spot
want it.
to the
Like,
left
that's
and
the
check
best
out
kind of thing.
Explore,
So,
Yeah.
which brings together all your games. We saw a view of this from the Control
That'd been
Center
helpful when I was playing The
earlier,
Witcher.
and another
Like,
view
really
will
helpful.
also be in the new PlayStation app for
Man.
mobile
So long.
devices. Explore
I think I have
keeps
80
you
hours
in
in
the
The
loop with
Witcher, and
official
I have
stories from
one
PlayStation
playthrough.
and from all the games
Yeah,
you're following, including
exactly.
trending media from the community.
Like, it's good. It's
test it.
just
Oh, yeah.
a long game.
Yeah. I'm excited though. And I'm excited to whenever I get it to because they keep saying, like, actually that reminds me, I need to go back and confirm whether we're gonna get it on launch day or if it's gonna be that week. You know, if it's that week, that's also fine. But hopefully it's not gonna be like, nope, you don't get it till Christmas. But what?
Saturday X only.
Saturday. But yeah, definitely excited to give that a little test spin, give it a little test drive. Speaking of stuff I did get to test drive, Oculus Quest 2, pretty awesome. I can't lie. Like, They, if you've played on it at all and you had your controller, your battery cover slip off mid Beat Saber, and like you almost feel like you sling the controller out of your hand, even with the tie, like the safety ties. And you're like, what's going on here? And it's like just much better constructed, way lighter. For the time I was able to play it, I need to play in it more. So never need to be playing. I've been for any VR this week, it's been more Squadrons. So. But yeah, the time in it, like any weight reduction on VR is just immensely better because you can spend more time in VR. Like we can talk about the headset display and how much cleaner it looks and stuff like that. But just if you make it less heavy, I can play longer. It's like if someone threw a weight on your hat and be like, okay, but I don't want to weight on my hat. That said, we knew going into Oculus Quest 2 that, and even for the current Oculus owners that weren't on the Quest 2, that you're going to have a Facebook profile. Now, mine's was already linked, so I didn't really, I'm not saying I didn't care, but it was already just one of those concessions I've made living online. So I am concerned about my data, but it's just one of those points that I haven't made a big deal out of. But I understand the concern, so it is not to belittle concerns at all. But those concerns have definitely been realized to a new degree when Facebook just started auto-banning people. And it's not been human reviewed. The Facebook algorithm is just determining who can log into their Quest 2 and who can't. Now, some people already had banned accounts, so by them trying to log in on that banned account, it's it'd be no different if you logged into PSN, Steam, Xbox, and are on a banned account. Well, duh. Of course, that's not going to work. But there's been plenty of people that are well-meaning, not even talking about having not even having new Facebook accounts that, as far as they understood, were in good standing with Facebook and have not been able to use their $200-300 piece of equipment. It's basically become a VR paperweight due to this account issue. And Facebook has been slow. I mean, incredibly slow to deal with it. Granted, I know it just came out October 13th, right? So this is like 6 days, but when it became apparent that this was a firestorm, you think they would have put a little more effort towards tackling it.
How did this not get knocked out in testing?
I mean, it is very much a Facebook platform issue, not an Oculus software or hardware issue. So
right, but even still, okay. So
you still have integration tests.
Yeah. So whenever we've had an early copy of a game, yes, we get early copies of games we review sometimes, y'all. Sometimes, most of the time, they'll have servers accessible for like people who are reviewing it. So like when we did the review for Pokken Tournament, like I was able to play with other reviewers online and they were able to test their servers like that. Or when you have like an open beta of something, like you can sync it to your profiles and like do different things with it. How did that integration not occur in their testing of the system? Like,
so
how?
I can tell you how, and it's usually because in these kind of cases, they're like, oh, we can just make a whole bunch of mock user accounts. They don't need to be real. They don't need to have like any kind of data that a kind of robust Facebook AI might misinterpret to be hostile. It'll be fine. It's like just make 1,500 John Doe accounts or whatever, Jane Doe accounts, and just blast it, and they'll all be fine. And the answer is like you don't have when your data that you're testing with doesn't match. I'm putting my programming hat on. When your data that you're testing with doesn't match the data that you actually have, and you're not testing, or they're testing in an environment that does not have some sort of Facebook automated curation bot thing that bans people for dubious reasons. Then like you don't have a real idea of like what the system is like. And it's like if you went on a hike and you're like, oh, what's the temperature going to be like? It's like, oh, it's going to be pretty nice, short sleeve, you'll be fine. And it's like, and it's just like torrential rain the whole way through. And it's like you're like, I was misled, and I am grossly unprepared. So it's like, when somebody tells you what the environment's going to be like, and you're like, all right, cool, well, then let's plan for that. And then the environment is absolutely not like that. Like, you get situations like this where a rogue AI is out here banning people for as far as we know, no good reason. Like, maybe this AI knows something that we don't, and everybody who buys an Oculus Rift has dubious plans for it or something, and they're ahead of the curve, and we haven't realized it yet. That's entirely possible. But
nah,
it's what you been up to, kid?
2020.
You banned on Facebook for Oculus Rift?
what
you been doing?
It's like you go through everybody's computer, and it's like, oh man, like, I don't know what this dude's doing. He's planning to build a giant Gundam and take over the planet. All these people were.
They're all part of the deep state. I mean, what?
Everybody's got like Iron Man suits that they're working on in their basement. It's like, oh, see, the Facebook AI figured it out. It's like if you build an Oculus Rift and you got a Facebook, you up to something.
Oh man, that ain't even right.
We're just jealous because you don't have an Iron Man suit.
I mean, yeah, isn't everybody?
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But it also paint a target on your back. I mean,
so what? You got an Iron Man
Yeah,
suit.
only if you're like an ass and like Tony and you're like, I am Iron Man. Like, you didn't have to tell anybody that.
wait, hold on.
That's true. They didn't know.
So if I had an Iron Man suit, is it because I built it and I'm that smart, or I was just gifted the suit? Because those are two different things.
That is two different scenarios.
Those are two different things, and in the former case, it implies that you have a lot more utility than just the ability to have an Iron Man suit. In which case, what you doing? And in the second case, it fell off a truck. It fell off a truck. It's yours now. Found it.
Iron Man suits.
I am Iron Man.
Off trucks. Oh man. All right, Facebook, Twitch land, how y'all doing out there? All right.
How's people doing?
It's all right. We won't buy it, I promise. Because we're
we actually do like to talk to you guys. We like having feedback in the comment section. We like to hear what y'all's thoughts are on stuff. We like to joke around with y'all. We like for you to tell us that we're wrong about stuff and why.
That one's always good.
Yeah, because we're not right about everything. We're just a very opinionated group of dudes.
What? You right.
As far as I know, I'm always right about everything. Up until I'm not.
See, and that's how I know that you ain't married.
Yep.
Cool. Well, thank you everyone that liked the stream tonight. As always, you got that beautiful subscribe button on all those platforms and the various like Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. So as much as we love you liking the stream is temporary. Liking the channel is forever until you decide to turn that off also. But don't do that.
Don't do that. Please.
And speaking of Facebook, doing that helps us fight the algorithms and hopefully get seen more and get more and more people to enjoy the show and see what we're doing. So hopefully you've enjoyed the changes and the updates to the formats we've been doing here on State of Nerd Union, Commander Ship Show, and all the other stuff is getting ready to come out. So I'm excited. Couch Co-op be coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, we're playing some Among Us.
We're still doing the short reviews, so if you're with me on Star Trek, I wanted to do Lovecraft. I'm sorry, folks. I just had too much. I am going to do a recap for Lovecraft, but I'm trying to do it week to week. Doing TV can be hard. So trying to do TV week to week on our schedules, because, hey, we still work full-time jobs. So, but yeah. If you like what you've seen, we got our Patreon button also on Twitch and on our Facebook page and on the website. So if you ever want to help us out, go ahead and give that a like. The first tier lets you vote on movies in the movie club. So with our little Commander's Log movie club, you get to vote what movie we watch each week. Or sorry, not each week. Whew, goodness.
Yeah, that'd be a lot.
That'd be a lot. Maybe one day, but whew, that'd be a lot. The first tier lets you pick the movie we're going to do for the month. And we'll be announcing that this week, what the October one is. And if you're not interested in that right now, and you like Halloween, you like horror movies, on the 31st, we're having our horror movie marathon. So me and Barton Kataktorov over in Denver, Colorado, our old Nerd Union alumni, Ollie White, Oliver.
Hey.
Old Oliver. We put together a list of our favorite horror movies, and that's what we're going to be watching all day long. We came up with a long list, so there's only so many we'll be able to watch during the marathon, so we'll probably be we'll be putting a poll out and kind of asking what you want to watch here pretty soon. And but yeah, if you want to see our whole list of what we selected, we'll also put that out so you can read it and be like, okay, we didn't watch this one during the marathon, but I highly encourage you to go check it out afterwards. So, all right, that's all the plugs. Pluggity plug. That Surge Protector is now full of plugs.
Actually, I think I have a bonus one that I forgot about recently.
Spit it out, man.
So
time
Thursday,
for the bonus round.
the bonus round. So
Bonus
Thursday
round,
this week, I believe it's Thursday. Thursday's the 22nd. Yeah. So Thursday we've got the Pokemon Crown Tundra coming out, and assuming that we don't do like a Star Trek Discovery Watch thing on the channel, I will be using the channel to stream that. So if y'all are curious about the Crown Tundra on Pokemon, come check it out on Thursday. We'll be playing some of that then.
Yeah.
Nice.
See, we did the watch party for Trek. We'll see if we'll do it this week. What do I got on Thursday? I'm cooking a brisket on Thursday. So I gotta see.
Ooh.
I was supposed to do it this
Get that on the
weekend.
live stream.
Just put that on the live stream. Just live stream with the brisket, blackening and
People
getting.
love food.
Ollie, we see you sharing the stream. We appreciate that.
Yeah. So we'll words. I need words right now. I'm supposed to have words. Not brisket.
Live stream.
Live
Brisket is
stream,
never not
live-
the answer. It's okay.
So yeah, upcoming videos.
Since we've been alive.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing. Oh, that was we said a little bit about Red Shirt Rejects. So I'm not a part of Red Shirt Rejects. That's like one podcast too many for me. But our crew, I'll be able to officially announce who's gonna be doing that because I know I know Kyle's gonna be on it. We might have someone else jumping in. Might be Zach jumping into
That'll
it.
be sweet.
But yeah, they are the biggest Trek fans in the group. So I love when they're able to come together and talk about that. So I'll still be doing my reviews for Discovery, but the podcast is going to be everything Star Trek. So when the Pike show gets ready to come, like the new Commander Pike show, Picard season 2, like they'll be doing drops and stuff in their podcast. I'm really excited about it. So, all right, I think that's it. We've been yammering and jammering and hip hopping and bebopping.
We'll come back with the bass one week.
See, we keep joking about it. My bass is over there.
No,
I
mine
mean, I
is in
got
my-
my acoustic in the other room. I can slap on it though.
Hey, there you go. See, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna do like the 2 bass lines I know.
Mine's in my parents' basement. I'd have to go get it.
This is like the black man's like 18-year-old rite of passage. You get handed a bass guitar or something.
Precisely.
For
Exactly.
me, it was watching Larry Graham on YouTube. It was like, left the slap technique, and I would just watch a bunch of videos, and I'm like, I gotta buy a bass. I've been watching too many of these videos.
Yeah, I was watching some Big Woot, and I was both simultaneously encouraged and discouraged all at once.
Yep. And it's like, man, I'm not even gonna be half as good. Why do we bother to pick up a bass?
Why am I doing this to myself? What is going on?
I can't ever do this, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah. Well, folks, until next week, enjoy your gaming, enjoy your movies, enjoy all things nerd. And from everyone here at Nerd Union, we will see you next Monday, 8 p.m. Central sharp. Yeah, I'm kidding. We're normally
Always.
never on time.
100%. I can't even finish that sentence.
I love the emphasis. You're like, yeah, sharp. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.